right, what is going on, Libra? Welcome back to the channel, Elevated Spirits. It's Jazzy, your favorite Cali reader. This is going to be your what is spirit restoring in your life at this time. Okay, this reading is timeless as always, but it is ranging for the next 30 days from whenever you see this video. So I trust that when this video comes on your radar that there is a message here for you. So please keep that in mind, that whatever comes out may or may not have played out yet. Okay, so just take note. If it feels like your situation, then there may be a message here for you. All right, so we're going to dive into a few different areas for you. Quite a bit of tarot, a mix of the tarot and oracle tarots that came out, because it's like a mega deck that I put together. It's literally only 2 decks, but it's huge. So I like it though, because it gives the possibility of cards repeating if the message is repeating if need be. So we are covering what spirit is restoring, what exactly spirit is restoring in your life, what area of life, spiritually speaking, what spirit is asking of you, and messages from your collective spirit team. Okay, and I mean collective as in your spirit guides, your ancestors. Just saw 111 on the timer, so that may be number that some of you are also seeing, which is also giving me new beginnings. Okay, because here at the bottom of your deck, the Ace of Pentacles is here. So it feels definitely like fresh new starts, new ideas, new opportunities that may be presenting itself to you, Libra. It feels like let's get into your messages, because I'm gonna get into the bottom of the deck. This is hidden, the energy that you don't see, and then we'll dive into what spirit is actually restoring for you. Okay, and then we'll clarify this energy with another tarot deck. Okay, so we have message in a bottle, prosperity begins, blessings, caring connections, angels, spirit guides, and incubation. So it feels like some of you Libras are either you're in like kind of like a hermit energy, which is like a Virgo energy. You may have Virgo in your chart. Some of you may be in that type of energy at this time, where you're kind of just like really going within, taking time to yourself, just kind of like spending more time with yourself, by yourself. It feels like some of you have maybe incubated yourself, or kind of like isolated yourself away from people that you care about, people around you, whether it's friends, family, significant others, whatever that might be. It does feel like that some of you have maybe kind of like been like hiding away from certain connections, and I feel like it's part of your season, right? We all have seasons of, you know, restoration, seasons of sowing seeds, seasons of, you know, growing and blossoming, season of getting shit done and hustling and grinding. Like, it just feels like it's just one of your type of seasons that you're in right now at this time, Libra. So it feels like some of you may be getting a message from someone, okay, that you maybe haven't heard from in quite some time. This could definitely be a connection with regarding someone that you know definitely care about, that you have either feelings for. This could, like I said, be family, friends, it doesn't matter. But it feels like there is an opportunity, if you have been maybe estranged from this person, it feels like there is an opportunity here on the horizon within the next 30 days for you guys to maybe reconnect, to come back together. I feel like some of you, you know, it's kind of like whatever distance that maybe you've had from a particular connection, or this could be a few, it's like the distance has made you kind of like realize how much of a blessing this connection really is to you, or this person, you know, whatever that is. It's kind of like you've had time to miss them, you know, so to speak. So it's where it's like, you know, that distance, that time away has kind of like made you kind of like feel like, you know, more appreciative, you value them more because you've had a chance to actually miss them. Okay, so and this could be vice versa, you know, take the energies as they resonate. They could be your energy or someone else's, you know, someone around you. So please don't force the messages to fit. They are general in nature, meaning they're not going to resonate with all of you, nor are they supposed to. That's just an opportunity for you to use your intuition and discernment for the messages that are yours. All right, so let's get into your reading. So what spirit is restoring for my Libras? We have community. So what was I just saying? Okay, so we have caring connections, blessings, the richest message in a model. So it feels like I said, some of you and this person, this could definitely be a person, a part of your community. Some of you, maybe it's like some of you are coming into this energy, or coming back into this energy of feeling a sense of belonging. Okay, for some of you, it's kind of like reconnecting with friends, especially for those of you that have been kind of like out the way, kind of working, kind of doing your thing, getting your life, you know, more established. Or some of you have been maybe working on businesses, starting new businesses, things like that. Whatever life has been kind of like throwing at you guys, it feels like you guys have kind of been like out of the way, doing your own thing, kind of like MIA, so to speak, right? And so it feels like, and this could be from a particular connection as well. Okay, so it feels like Spirit is restoring your sense of belonging, okay, your sense of community, maybe meeting with other people. If this is like networking, or for some of you, this is like just a friendship circle. Maybe some of you, you're through this phase that some of you have been in, or the season that some of you have been in. It's like maybe, it feels like for some of you have maybe lost friends, but it's really not a loss unless you choose to see it like that. But it just feels like for some of you, it's like your friendship circle is maybe changed to where friends that you maybe once had are now, they're not there anymore. Friends that maybe you once did hang out with, or partnerships, those things have kind of just fell to the wayside, and that's not a mistake, right? So it feels like for some of you who have been like kind of like missing having friends, even, you know, maybe for some of you it's been a while, okay, where it's like, I just, you know, want to have people that I can rely on, that I can count on, that I can talk to, go do fun stuff with, that's on my frequency, that's, you know, in alignment with what I want in life. It feels like Spirit is restoring your sense of friendship, your sense of, you know, having maybe a reliable friendship circle, you know, to go to, whether it's just, you know, for fun stuff, or when you need like a sounding board to bounce ideas off of, or, you know, to come to when you're upset about things or something's going on. It's like having that reliable sense of community, okay? Like I said, a sense of belonging, all right? So we also have, what area of life we're talking about here is boundaries and confidence, okay? So for some of you, in this card, I don't read these in reverse, but this card did flip out in reverse, the boundaries. So for some of you, this is, I'm, you know, kind of just give you what I'm getting here from that. It feels like Spirit is kind of like helping you let your guard down when it comes to friends. Okay, for some of you, it's kind of like your confidence maybe in building friends, or having people around you that aren't just there to like take advantage of you, or to see what they can get from you, or, you know, just likes to gossip and talk a lot of shit, but they're not about any, you know what I mean? They're not trying to build anything or better their life in any kind of way. So it's like some of you have kind of like, you know, kind of like given up on, you know, having reliable people around you. For some of you, you may have had experiences where, you know, people that you once, you know, put a lot of, what's the word I'm looking for? Spirit, help me out. Some of you have kind of like put, I don't want to say on a pedestal, but some of you have maybe trust. Some of you have had people that you put a lot of trust into, and it's like they didn't show up. They did you wrong, or they, you know, kind of fumbled the bag for some of you I'm hearing, or just fumbled the friendship altogether. So for some of you, it's kind of like made you kind of like weary about making new friends. Okay, because, and it makes sense, right? That's kind of what our experiences are for, is to teach you how to discern, you know, who you can trust, who you can't, the red flags to notice, so you can, you know, make a different decision, but also act accordingly, right? So it feels like Spirit is restoring your sense of, you know, having confidence in building new friendship circles, or, you know, being able to network again, wanting to, you know, build a team again. For some of you, it's like, I will never work with, you know, this type of person ever again, or I'll never, you know, partner up with anybody for business, or I'll never invite, you know, a friend to do business with me, or, you know, it feels like something like that. Where some of you, it's like Spirit is restoring your trust to where you're meeting people or coming into connections with people where you're not going to have to be so guarded. Okay, it's not to say to not have boundaries and to not discern, you know, connections and who's free and who isn't, but it feels like your confidence in, you know, being able to kind of let your guard down just a little bit around, you know, these people, being able to trust, restore that trust in, you know, a community, or, you know, a sense of belonging, even if it's, like I said, with partnerships, or people that you're meeting, networking with, or working with, you know, things like that. It's like Spirit is restoring your sense of being able to build that, you know, to being able to come together with people again. Okay, some of you, like I said, have given up on that completely. Okay, so let's go down. So clarifying that energy is the tarot. We have the 4 of Cups with the 8 of Cups. Okay, so these are 2 different decks. So just so you know, that's why the cups, the colors are different. So this is the 4 of Cups in this deck. This deck is the 8 of Cups. So it feels like for some of you, this is kind of like, you know, walking away from things that have disappointed you. Okay, it feels like for some of you, you've definitely been let down by other people, by people in your community, or people that you maybe, like I said, have worked with, partnered up with, or even just friends in general, where some of you, it's like it required you to walk away from certain connections that just weren't showing up for you, that were just maybe disappointing you time after time after time. And some of you have kind of, like I said, just kind of like given up on maybe having new friends altogether, because like they never show up for me when I need them. They're never there. So you know what, I'm over it. I'm gonna just be my own best friend, and I don't need people. You know, some of you have been kind of like maybe going about life in that kind of way. So Spirit, it feels like, is restoring that sense of being able to you know, be confident in yourself that you can actually find people that are reliable. You can actually find people that are willing to make time for you or put in the effort into your connection or your friendship the way you are. Okay. So spiritually speaking, ooh, hell yeah. Alchemist. Yes. So some of you, Libras, it feels like your sense of being able to shift your energy, okay, is being restored here. Okay. Meaning your sense of your ability. For some of you, it's either coming online where you weren't really aware of how to use it or your way of using it. That's weird how that just, my thing for my singing bowl just kind of fell over, but it dinged. It's like, I take that as confirmation. Okay. So for some of you, it's like, whether this is like your alchemical abilities coming online, where you're finally figuring out how to use your ability to manifest or your ability to alchemize energy, okay? Because that's really what it is. Others of you, this energy is being increased, where if it's kind of like been hiding dormant or it feels like it's not working, that I feel like is shifting. That's what's shifting spiritually, okay? Where you guys are realizing that I can actually, you know, change negative energies into positive. I can take my challenging situations and shift them and change them and alchemize them into positive ones, right? I can, you know, take something that I'm given and change it and change the form of the energy into something that benefits me. Okay. I feel like some of you, that's being restored this time. Okay. Within the next 30 days, that's what spirit is restoring for you, spiritually speaking. All right. Your ability to manifest. Maybe some of you are, you know, using herbs. Some of you are becoming more of like a holistic healer or a holistic practitioner. Some of you are like getting in the kitchen and using your like alchemizing, like healing yourself through your food, through, you know, doing everyday, you know, alchemy with your food. I do that all the time, like especially when I make my son's lunch. That's why he prefers that I make his lunch, because he knows that it's made with love, but he knows that I like put Reiki over it, I put intention into it, do, you know, my symbols and things over it, like all that to heal his body on top of the intention that I'm putting into it to only benefit him. So for some of you Libras, you guys are doing that as well, or you're discovering maybe new ways on how to use your everyday kitchen herbs or your everyday kind of like mundane tasks to change your reality, to shift your reality, or just, you know, kind of just have better days, even if it's not major shifts like that. For some of you, it's just, you know, having a better day, you know, having more, allowing more joy into your day, more happiness, more laughter, more, you know, whatever it might be. It's like you guys are like discovering, or kind of like I said, it's waking up again, your ability to use. Some of you are, this is something that maybe you were already doing and you kind of like fell off because of life, right? So some of you are kind of like getting back on track with that, and you're starting to dabble in that stuff again, right? So clarifying this energy, we had a lot that came out here. So we have the 5 of Swords. We have the sacral chakra, okay? We have the Destiny in reverse. So this is the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. We have the Emperor and the 2 of Wands, okay? So 2-2 here. It feels like some of you have been kind of like, it feels like things haven't been maybe going your way. Some of you have been maybe disappointed with the results that you've been getting, where it felt like things just weren't going how you wanted to go. But it feels like Spirit is restoring your, for some of you, it had to do with emotional blockages, that some of you were things that you were holding on to in emotional sense that was stagnating your manifestation abilities. For some of you, your creativity. But it's like some of you are, it's like Spirit is now helping you choose, you know, the life you want to have. Are you going to choose to suffer, or are you going to choose to be the creator and the master manifestor, the operant power of your reality? Some of you are like being given a choice here, okay? And some of you, it's like choosing to step back into your power in a way that some of you either have never before, or it's been a while, okay? So it feels like some of you are literally kind of like things that have been maybe conflicting you, or kind of like going against your, kind of like fucking with your mind in a sense, or making you feel like I can't do this, or it's not possible for me, or things are never going to change. It's like Spirit is changing that, okay? I feel like some of you have been waiting for this shift to happen, and it's finally happened. You're finally getting like your power is being restored in a sense, is what it feels like here, okay? And it feels like some of you it's because of things that you've allowed yourself to walk away from. Things, whether it's things that have been disappointing you, people that have been disappointing you, letting you down, even just let going of past situations that have already done that, like things that have already played out and letting it go, finally making peace with it, deciding that it is what it is. And I'm, no longer going to let past experiences keep me from, having a beautiful life ahead, right? So it feels like you making that decision is restoring your power, right? You're no longer letting, for some of you, you're no longer letting your past hold you back. Okay, that's a beautiful thing. All right. So what Spirit needs you to do, what Spirit is asking of you, we have orphaned. Okay, so card number 5. So for some of you, this has to do with, literally kind of like feeling left out in the cold. Okay. I feel like some of you, this is more so if you're being asked to do this, I don't feel like this is you're being asked to literally like take yourself out of the cold, but it feels like it's asking you to more so be comfortable in your own skin. For some of you, it's like if you've lost connections, where it's, like I said, not really a loss, but it's a perspective. If you've essentially kind of like had friendships or people leave your life, leave your experience, and it's been making you feel alone, this is Spirit asking you to embrace that. Embrace your time and your energy by yourself. Become comfortable in your own energy where you don't need people, where you don't need nothing but yourself, because that is where you thrive. That's where you find the power. That's where you restore your power, your magic, by finding comfort in your own energy without needing anyone, okay? And that's sometimes why a lot of people tend to leave your life when they do, or it just kind of seems like everybody just kind of like fell back and went MIA on you. Even if they're not gone permanently, it just may feel like they're kind of like MIA at the moment. And that's part of why, is that some of you, it was kind of like your season to learn how to be comfortable in your own energy, be comfortable by yourself, and, relying on maybe only yourself for certain things, especially when it comes to like certain advice that maybe we would normally look to other people for. This is a time where Spirit is asking you to really get comfortable with going within, relying on yourself for the advice that you think you need from an outside source, relying on yourself for that, going within to your own self and your own energy, and realizing also that even if you feel like you're alone, even if you feel like you've been kind of like ostracized or left behind in any kind of way, you're never alone. You're never alone. That's only an ideology. It's only a concept. We feel that way, but doesn't mean that that's true. Okay. So clarifying that energy, we have heart chakra came in sideways. So it feels like, Spirit is asking you to, unblock your heart. Okay. Literally like open your heart up to receive, because that's where you receive everything you want. Literally everything, no matter what it is, no matter what subject or area of life it's talking about, your heart needs to be open to receive that. Meaning you need to be able to be like, you know what, I'm willing to try again. I'm willing to, trust that what's meant for me will come to me, and I'm ready for it. Whenever it comes, I'm not going to stick a timeline on it. I'm not going to, force my will about how it should come or when and who through who and all that. But I'm just going to be open, right? That's how you open your heart. Okay. So some of you are being asked to unblock your heart chakra, to open your heart up to receive, the things that the universe is trying to give you. Okay. Look, 3 of Wands. Okay. Like I'm saying, Spirit is saying you may feel alone, but it's because your heart is closed. Some of you, your heart is closed. And that's why maybe for those of you that have been maybe wanting to meet new people, wanting to feel like a sense of community, a sense of belonging, it's some of you, you're blocked off to it. Okay. And it's like Spirit is trying to bring it in with the 3 of Wands. It's trying to, give you what you've asked for. Right. But it's also a matter of being open to receive it. So Spirit is, kind of reminding you that we're trying to help you. We're trying to give you what you want, but you need to be open to receive it. When you're in this energy of feeling, like woe is me and nobody wants to be around me, or I don't have people and all those things, when you're focused on that energy, you're only going to see more of it. So I feel like this is kind of like Spirit's reminding you that, what you're asking for is on its way. We're trying to give it to you. We're trying to bring in new partnerships or new people or, networks, partnerships, or whatever that might be, whatever form that some of you have been asking for that to come in. But for some of you, you don't maybe realize that your heart is blocked. Okay. And you notice, it's a matter of too, what will be helpful is being mindful. Meaning if you find yourself sitting like this a lot, okay, or when you're talking to people, if your arms are crossed, that is right over your heart chakra. That is a clear indication, energetically speaking, that you are closed off. Okay, so that's just one easy way to be mindful of your own body language. Because while we think nothing of it, it happens naturally. That just shows you it's comfortable that way. It means that I'm comfortable not receiving. I become comfortable with not getting what I've asked for. I become comfortable with being closed off to my blessings. And is that true though? No, we want to receive our blessings, right? So that's just a way to be mindful of how your posture is really sending out an it's emitting an energetic frequency to the universe that I'm not open to receive. Okay, so while, like I said, we don't think about it like that, that just shows you that there's, you know, that's an opportunity to be more mindful, okay, of the energy we're emitting. While we don't, like I said, we're not thinking nothing of it, and that's because it's comfortable, right? It's comfortable for me to sit like this. Yeah, that, but energetically speaking, from a spiritual standpoint, right, that's indicating that I'm closed off, that I'm blocking, I'm guarded. Because I've been hurt, I don't want to be hurt again. So that means that there's something that could be healed there. There's something that could be alchemized there. There's something that we can, you know, choose to shift the energy around so we can allow in, right, what we're trying to manifest, okay? And for some of you, this has to do with a divine counterpart, a divine partnership, literally, okay? That some of you have been kind of like feeling like it must not be destined for me to be in love. It must not be destined for me to, you know, have what I want or be able to manifest the perfect partner for me, because I've been waiting and it's not coming. Well, for some of you, this is why it's not coming, because little do you know your heart chakra is blocked, okay? So, messages from your spirit team. Look at that, going within, okay? Card 13. So again, this is that hermiting energy I was speaking of earlier. And here it is. This is your message from your spirit team, okay? To go within, to take some time to go, you know, to spend some time with yourself, by yourself. Getting out in nature, maybe sitting under a tree would be very helpful. You know, I always recommend asking, you know, because every living thing has a spirit, okay? So you want to be considerate, especially when you're asking for its wisdom, you're trying to soak in its energy. Ask it, can I sit with you? Can you, you know, may I hug you? You know, because it always holds wisdom, and it has healing energies and properties that some of you may really benefit from. So it would, you know, for those of you that are guided to maybe go outside, get in nature, meditate, whatever that might be. If you can go outside, get outside and do it. But for those of you that, you know, that can't, just envision, you know, do your best to visualize meditating under a tree, under a big oak tree, or big, you know, leafy green, pretty, strong, sturdy, you know, tree that you can tell has been there for quite some time, and see, you know, see what messages come through to you, okay? So let's see. Clarifying that energy with the tarot is the 6 of Cups, okay? The Emperor again, so 2 different decks. The Emperor is showing up again. The 9 of Wands and the Moon card, okay? So for some of you, this has to do with healing a father wound, okay? Some of you, there's some subconscious beliefs surrounding a father wound, something that may have happened as a child that has blocked you off, okay? So for some of you, you may be in this energy of feeling like, well, it must not be destined for me to, you know, have a certain partnership. For some of you, it has to do with the partnership. Others of you, this has to do with your own internal masculine energy that's been wounded by your father or by a father figure, okay? Some of you who maybe didn't have a father, or your father wasn't as present, maybe they weren't as, you know, nurturing, protective, whatever that is that you needed them to be. Some of you, that is what this is about, is going within and allowing yourself to really, you know, identify maybe the woundings from your past regarding your father. For some of you that are maybe having a hard time executing on your goals and your dreams, that's a masculine energy. That could also be a wounding there of where it's like, I have a hard time taking action on my goals. I have a hard time, you know, seeing my, you know, really stepping into my confidence, right? Because confidence is a masculine energy. So it feels like for some of you Libras, where you've maybe had a masculine wounding, Spirit is restoring that, okay? So, but it just feels like, you know, this is a matter of you keeping going, okay? When you allow yourself to identify maybe the subconscious beliefs that have maybe come to you during childhood or sometime in the past regarding a father figure, to move beyond that, to keep going, to keep pressing forward. Don't feel like you have to carry the weight of the world on your shoulders, because you don't. You have a spirit team that's here to help you, that's willing to take that weight off of you. You just have to keep pushing forward and, you know, again, ask for help, ask for, you know, the guidance, ask for your spirit team to intervene on your behalf, because they're not allowed to unless you give them divine permission, okay? So, trying to debate if I want to make this an extended and to clarify further as an extended reading, because I feel like this reading is long enough as it is. So yeah, I'm gonna have to sit with that. I haven't done extended readings yet, so we'll see. we'll see how that feels. But this reading definitely feels, it feels complete, in my opinion. It feels complete. So I really feel like, Libra, you're being asked to, you know, really go within regarding your past, regarding maybe a father wound, you know, whatever, and also identify what subconscious beliefs are you holding on to that maybe your father said to you, that your father taught you or projected onto you, okay? Especially for those of you that are maybe in this energy of feeling orphaned, feeling like alone, feeling like I don't have the type of support, I'm not protected, I don't have anybody around me. For some of you, that is wound from maybe a father figure who wasn't present, who wasn't there for you when you needed them, okay? Or when you felt like you needed them. And so I feel like some of you are being asked to really go within and identify those woundings, okay? And allow yourself to to give that, release that energy to the universe, give it up to the universe and surrender it and say, you know what, you know, it happened, it's done. I'm choosing to give that energy up, to release it and move beyond it, okay? I feel like that's really gonna help you as far as especially opening up your heart to new opportunities, especially when it comes to partnerships or people of, you know, authority, you know, or even just, like I said, a masculine energy. For some of you, this is like your own divine counterpart that some of you are, you know, kind of like that's trying to come to you, but some of you are blocking it without realizing it. Some of you are aware, you know, that you're kind of like not open to love, but others of you maybe kind of like subconsciously, which is what the moon speaks of, our subconscious beliefs, that some of you are being asked to, you know, go within to really get more insight about, to see where your blockages are. Because when you identify the problem, then you know the solution will come right after that. You'll know how to fix it, okay? But you have to be willing, though, to look. You have to be willing to even just turn on the light and see what's there, right? So that's what it feels like some of you are being asked to do at this time. But you guys definitely have new beginnings, you know, coming in. Look at that. Sacrifice at the bottom, okay? Underneath that, it's the Hangman, okay? So this is, again, about surrendering, shifting your perspective, you know, giving something another chance, giving, you know, opening up to a new opportunity, something that has the potential to grow into more. Because the Ace is only a potential. Work is required. A decision is required. You know, taking action is required. So it feels like some of you are really being asked to shift your perspective about your situation, okay? Give something another chance. Give love another chance, even if it's not a particular person, okay? And be discerning. We're not talking about everybody, and we're not talking about all the exes that, you know, fucked you over in a major way. Nobody's talking about giving them another chance. If they don't deserve it, don't do it. Only you'll know what that is for you. But I feel like, generally speaking, right, if we're talking about love or talking about, you know, divine masculines, right, in our life, or that we are trying to call in, you know, Spirit is saying you have to be willing to shift your perspective about it, about what's possible, but also shifting your perspective about what has already happened, so you can open up to new possibilities, okay? Be willing to release, be willing to surrender the old to make room for the new, okay? So that's what it feels like some of you are being guided to do here. It feels like someone is sending you a message, okay? You are getting a message from someone that maybe you've been thinking about, that's been maybe coming through in your in the ethers to you, okay? It feels like that's who this person is, someone that, and it definitely could be someone that you've already dealt with, someone that's already in your experience, okay? That some of you thought maybe the connection was dead, you thought maybe it was done, it was gone, there was nothing to be salvaged. I feel like that's not true, okay? You just have to be willing to be open. Look at that. Yang, serendipity, exactly. It's like you have to be willing to be open for this masculine energy to come in, okay? To be, you know, expect good things. Expect the best, because you deserve the best, right? But you have to see it like that. If you don't see it like that, then that's not how it's going to feel, okay? So, Libras, that's what I have for you. If you guys want to see extendeds, if you guys want me to do extendeds, if you would, please drop it in the comments. I know a lot of people don't seem to interact on my channel, which is fine, but I'm doing my part by at least asking if that's something you would like to see. I'm not going to exert a bunch of energy that no one isn't going to do anything with or appreciate. So if you guys would like to see an extension of these and break it down even further with another deck of cards, then let me know. I'll do that for you. Okay, so I love y'all so much. I pray that this reading brought you clarity, guidance, gave you whatever you needed from it. And please like the video if you liked it. Consider subscribing if you have not. And until next time, you guys.